What up, everyone, and welcome to The Social Room, where strategic networking meets insightful business conversations. I'm your host, Aiden Snell, and this show is designed to connect you with business leaders, visionaries, and entrepreneurs who are not only crushing it and making waves within their industries, but who might also just share the game that can take you to the next level. In each episode, we'll explore the stories of these business owners and how they're impacting lives. Who knows? You might just find your next big opportunity right here on this episode. So sit back, tune in, and let's get social. All right, guys, today we are joined by the one and only Richard Rodriguez, CEO of Real Right Consulting. Richard, how you doing today, brother?
Living the dream like it's golden.
Let's go. Awesome, man. Richard, tell us a bit about yourself real quick. Where are you from, man? What you got going on? What are you passionate about?
So I just recently turned 35 on the 22nd. So
Let's go.
Birthday and stuff like that, a big milestone. Never thought I would get here. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. I'm from Bronx River Projects. If you know, you know. That's Chicken Ave. You know what I'm saying? My passions, like I said, I've been in real estate for more than a decade now. And I found a niche after coming out of the military, and I saw my brothers and sisters having a difficulty finding a place to live or finding investment opportunities utilizing their VA loan. So I found that gap, and I have wedged that gap by opening my company, which is Real Right Consulting, and assisting veterans, essentially hand walking them through the whole process of finding the realtor, finding lending, finding the title company, finding every opportunity and every resource that they can to help them achieve their real estate goals.
Wow, that's amazing, Richard. Well, listen, bro, I'm glad to have you join us here on the show. We're going to get right into it, man. The Power 5, okay? I'm going to ask you 5 power questions, and you're going to give me your best answers in under 60 seconds. No pressure. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Awesome, man. So number 1 question, Richard, what's been the most valuable lesson that you've learned from failure?
Resilience, having the ability to bounce back. You got to understand is that once you get into this realm of entrepreneurship, you're going to take L's. You're going to lose. It is vital to understand, like, if you think that you're going to get into this game and automatically win, this is not the realm for you. So you have to be resilient enough to know that I'm going to take, out of the 10 L's that I'm going to take, that 11th L is going to be big. It's going to be a big W, and it's well worth it. So take every lesson, because I don't call it L's, I call it lessons. Take every lesson that you can and build, and constantly just continue to build off of that.
Love that, brother. It's learn until you could drop that L and start earning.
That's facts.
Love that. If you had to start over, Richard, what would be the first thing you'd do differently?
If I had to start over again with $0 or with a couple dollars in my pocket.
Let's say however long ago you started your business.
Okay.
Go back to that point with all the knowledge that you have now. What would you have done differently? Whether you had money or whether you didn't have money, whatever position you were in before you started, making moves and founded your business, whatever situation that was, what would you do differently if you could go back there knowing what you know now?
I feel like I should have started a lot sooner. So it's a learning curve that you have because it takes time to acquire this knowledge and stuff like that. But I wish I would have started a lot sooner because I would have definitely had more properties than I have now.
Love that, bro. Love that.
I would say that's like part A of it, but part B was selling real estate. I wish I would have kept it. Definitely wish I would have kept it. Cash flow, appreciation. I let a lot of opportunities go, but it's a part of the game.
Yep. It's just a matter of learning.
Yeah.
Love that, bro. What's been the best investment that you've made in your business?
Mentorship. Finding a mentor cuts out the learning curve a lot because, you could definitely go get your real estate license, find a broker, go through all of these, but it's the time portion. And by hiring a mentor and learning from them cuts that time short. So it doesn't matter how much it costs. The last mentor that I paid about $30,000 for it.
Wow.
So that was well worth because I have a bachelor's. I have 2 bachelors, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And the $30,000 investment in a mentor was worth way more than both those bachelor degrees.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Bro, it's a fact, bro. Like mentorship has taken my life to another level. Without mentorship, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So I completely agree with you, right? 1,000%. Mentorship is so important if you want to dramatically, you know, jump that learning curve, right? And actually perform well. Why sit there and try to do it on your own when there's so many people who have done it already, who have went through the path, right? And you can learn from their mistakes and their experience, right? Love that, bro. You hit it on the head with that one. If you could master one skill, Richard, that you may not have right now, what would it be?
Patience.
Mm.
I don't got patience for nothing. It's almost like that little kid effect. Like I want it now and I want it right now. You know what I'm saying? So acquiring that skill, I think I need to do better at that and invest more time and learning patience, learning the art of patience.
Love that. Love that. And last question for you, Richard. What's been the proudest moment in business so far?
Man, I would say after opening this company a year ago, I helped about 50 students
Nice.
in that first year.
Let's go.
That has been a big factor. I never thought that this company would grow the way it has, and I didn't think that the niche was going to be the way that it was, but it was almost like perfect timing, perfect timing. So that I think to me is like a biggest accomplishment, knowing that I helped 50 veterans find a place to live or find investment properties. So my last client that I just dealt with, he owns 6 properties now just through my mentorship.
Wow. That's
So
amazing.
it's not just 6 properties, it's 6 duplexes. So 12 doors in total.
Wow. That's serious moolah right there.
Yeah, he's cash flowing big time. Big time.
Let's go, man. Awesome, man. I love that. I love that. Congratulations on all your success and everything that you're doing, bro. I love it.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. So now I'd love to dive deeper into your business, right? Real Right Consulting. Tell me about like who exactly you help. I know you mentioned veterans, but tell me a little bit more about that. Who are you helping within Real Right Consulting?
So I'm dealing with every branch of the military, active duty, National Guard. As long as you meet the requirements with National Guard, it's 90 days of service with them. Active duty is the same thing as well. It's 90 days of active duty service, and you qualify for the VA loan. And obviously, veterans that are actually out of the military and collecting their VA pensions, and just veterans in total.
Got you. Love that. So tell me a little bit more about the VA loan. What exactly is that? What does that mean?
So the VA loan is one of the most powerful tools, lending tools that is out right now. There's no other lending tool, not no FHA, not no USDA loan, not a conventional loan.
There's something better than FHA?
I'm gonna break it down to you right now. So with the VA loan, it's 0% down. You're not putting any money down on the loan. It's
0%.
zero PMI, so there's no primary mortgage insurance on it.
What?
There's not really a credit score that you could qualify for. So you could have low credit score, you could have a high credit score, DTI, as long as you meet the 51% debt to income ratio, you qualify for it. So essentially, as long as you're a veteran or an active duty service member, you qualify for it.
Wow. So you're telling me if I'm a veteran, I could move into a house, no down deposit, no PMI, no hit on my credit. I can have crappy credit and I could still buy a house without putting a single dollar down.
And even at that, if you didn't have the money for the closing costs, I have this little loophole that you could essentially go to the closing table with nothing. This property that I'm in right now, I used the VA loan and I went to the closing table. As a matter of fact, they wrote me a check for $164 just to buy this.
Wow. So they paid you to buy the crib.
They paid me to buy it.
That's amazing, bro. Yeah, I never heard nothing like that. So you yourself are a veteran as well?
Yes, I served 9 years active duty.
That's amazing. What branch?
In the United States Army. Best branch there is.
Love that, Richard. That's awesome, man. Wow. I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. How is this not more talked about?
The stigma that's out there. It's once you're done with the military, or even if you're in the military, you're not treated as well. Everybody thinks that you have the greatest of the greatest benefits when you're in the military, but there's this stigma if you don't meet a certain standard or you're not continuing staying in the military or whatever, you're treated like a shitbag. And that's
Wow.
what I hate. So once a veteran gets their DD 214, it's just like a handshake out the gate and just see you later, bro. That's it.
Crazy.
And they withheld a lot of these resources. A lot of veterans just don't know that they qualify for it. As a matter of fact, I just looked up a stat. As of 2023, there were 17 million veterans, and only 2.7 million have used the VA loan out of 17 million.
What?
So it's either the fact that they don't know that they qualify for it, or that they don't know they could use it for investing.
Wow.
There's just
So-
no awareness.
So that's around like 85% to 90% of people don't even know about the VA loan,
They don't.
and they're not utilizing it. That's incredible.
And plus, on top of that, you have lenders, real estate agents, brokers that don't know anything about the VA loan. Anyway, the only thing that they know is it's a secure loan, it's backed by the government, and that's an easy sale. That's all realtors know.
Wow.
So they're quick to stick you into a single family home and then just, all right, you just live in it and you die, bro. I got a commission and I'm out of here.
Crazy, bro.
So veterans don't know that they could qualify and house hack the property and use it as an investment tool. They don't know that.
And tell me a little bit more about house hacking. What does that mean?
So house hacking is when you purchase a multifamily, it's either a duplex, a triplex, or quadplex. You live in one unit and you rent out the other units. So 90 to 95% of the time, your mortgage is covered or you're cash flowing every single month. So you just eliminated one of your biggest expenses that you're ever going to have in this life is your living expense. You just eliminated it.
Wow.
And with certain veterans, depending on what state that you're in, if you're 100% disabled PNT, you don't have to pay any property taxes on your primary resident.
Wow.
So you're saving thousands and thousands of dollars a year. You're cash flowing on a property. And once you meet the VA's requirement, after you live in the property for 365 days, you could repeat the process.
So I can move into a property, let's say a duplex, rent out the other side, and then after a year, I could do that process again, move into another property for free, start cash flowing even more, and then
Yes.
again, and then again, and then again.
There's no cap on the VA loan no more. It used to be a 4. I want to say it was either 4 or 5. That was the cap. You couldn't go any higher than that. Now it's unlimited.
Wow. That's incredible, bro.
So you could play this game as long as you want to, as long as you're meeting the financial requirements for it. You can play this game as long as you want to.
That's incredible. I have a feeling that you're gonna disrupt this industry so much. You're gonna start putting so much people on that they're gonna start capping it, bro. Like I don't see this being a thing forever.
No, they're gonna catch wind of this and they're gonna shut me down quick.
Yeah, bro. Like if you're watching this and you know somebody who's in the military, you need to let them know. You need to send them this link right now. Because that is ridiculous, bro. This sounds like a GTA glitch where you could just up your bread. That's incredible, bro.
It's crazy. There's really no one else in the industry that I know. I think there's only one person, and his name is David. Is from, I think he's on YouTube, from military to millionaire, something like that. But he's the only one that I know that's out here teaching this. No one else is actually doing it.
And yeah, it makes sense that this is, well, it doesn't make sense that this is a thing, but it makes sense that, you know, that you can exploit it so much that you can there's so much potential, you know, as far as investing into properties if you're a veteran and taking advantage of the VA loan, because out of the 17 million people that qualify, only 2 million know of it, right? That's crazy, bro. Wow.
Yeah, it's essentially what my company does. I'm not selling anything. I'm selling you results. I'm showing you step by step how to do it. And plus, I'm not one of these like online gurus. I can't preach something if I'm not doing it myself. So I had to do it myself so you could actually see. I believe in documentation of a conversation all day. You could talk to me all you want to, but where's your paperwork? You got to show me your paperwork.
Love that, bro. Love that. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I tell you, if your favorite guru doesn't have any warranty deeds or any deeds at all, run.
So how many properties or how many doors do you have right now, Richard?
As of right now, 18.
18 properties or doors?
18 doors.
Fire. Okay.
So 16 of them are officially paid off.
Nice, man.
So this is the only 2 doors that I have that are not paid off that have a mortgage right now.
And how long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing real estate for over 10 years now. I would say 15 now.
Nice.
But but my company has been open for a year.
Okay. Where your company as far as teaching other people how to do this?
Teaching veterans, yeah.
Amazing.
But I've been in the game for a hot minute. As a matter of fact, my first property, I paid $19,000 for it.
Wow. We're gonna get into that story because that story is crazy. But before we do, tell me about like these veterans, right? Tell me about what is it like? Why is this so critical for them to know? Like what pains and problems do they deal with? And how is this like such a big solution for that pain and problem that they're facing?
So it's just like anything that's happening right now. It's the same thing that they're not teaching in schools, financial literacy. We're going into the world and no one knows how to manage their money. They don't know how to leverage their credit. They don't know how to save money. And a lot of these veterans, they come right out of high school, right into the military, and they stay there because it's a secure check, but yet they're still not getting the education that they need. That all they know is military, 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 military. And then when they get out, it's like, I'm a high school kid again. I don't know this information. And they're not teaching this at all. I mean, you could essentially look for it yourself. You could Google it, you could read books and all of that, but who essentially has the time to do that? Especially in the military.
Yeah. And how did they actually find the information that's going to be useful? That's going to actually change their life.
Right. So in the military, I've maybe ran into a handful that was actually doing real estate or real estate sales, but it was a small percentage of them.
Wow. So essentially what the problems that they're facing is that they're just not educated in the space. They don't know how to leverage their finances, how to leverage their credit, right? How to get these opportunities.
Or they're making mistakes.
Sorry?
Or they're making financial mistakes. With the first thing that a lot of people do after deployment, they go buy cars, clothes, jewelry. They can't wait to stunt. Some of them get married, get divorced, have to deal with divorce, having to give up their money, everything. It's a lot of things that veterans, they make stupid mistakes. So there's essentially not guidance in that either. And for me being in the military, as long as I was, there was no true mentorship when it came to development as growing into an adult once you get out of the military. You're only good as I need you here, but once you get out, you're on your own, bro.
Wow. So what happens if they ignore these problems? If they, come back into the world with that high school mentality? They're not educated on their financials, right? They're not educated on their opportunities. What happens then?
It's just like the resiliency that we talk about. You have to either have the ability to bounce back or you're going to get stuck. And you get stuck in that notion where it is what it is. That's what a lot of veterans just tell me. Hey, it is what it is. Man, they repoed my car. They foreclosed on my home. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that mentality, we got to change that. We have to change that.
Wow. Can you tell me about some of your client success stories? I know you mentioned one of your guys right now has like six doors, and he's been in your program for about a year now.
So he has 12 doors, 6 properties, solid properties. So it's 12 doors in total. I have clients that triplexes, quadplexes, and they're some of them just don't even want to move. They think that it was the hottest thing ever. It's like, yo, I just eliminated my mortgage, my rent. I'm staying right here because I'm not going nowhere. But it's like the greatest thing to them. It's like, damn, like through this economical difficulties that we're dealing with, somebody helped me eliminate my biggest bill. Now I could afford to pay my car off or to save for other investments or open up a business. I'm saving you money.
Wow. Well,
And
that must be an incredible feeling to know that you're helping these people out, like changing lives, bro, generations.
yeah, that's the biggest thing for me is understanding once I got out of the military, I never stopped taking care of soldiers. Never.
Mm.
I won't do it until they put me in the dirt. I will never. As long as somebody needs some help, a veteran, I'm going to help you. Whether it is what it is, I'm helping you.
That's amazing. So tell me a little bit more about the transformation that these people go through. Like, where are they when they first come to you? What are they stressing about? How do they feel? Where are they at the end of, let's say, that first year, 6 months, whatever it may be?
So essentially, when they come to me, the number one thing is like, because I put a lot of content out on social media, so they're like, "How did you do that?" It's like I never would have thought I could end up doing that. And it's like, yeah, the only thing that you have to do is take action. I can only give you so much information, but it's up to you to take action.
Mhm.
So one of my mentors said there's a difference between knowledge and applied knowledge. You could retain all the information, you could have every single book about the topic that you need to do, but if you don't apply it, it's useless, completely useless. So as I'm helping these people, it's like the weight of the world is lifted off their shoulders.
Mhm.
And I wish that this was for everybody, but it's only specified for veterans. I wish everybody could be qualified for this because it takes a lot off of you. And the less thing that you have is way better. Now I could focus on other financial things that I never would have thought I would pay off. A lot of people just living paycheck to paycheck can't even save $50 to $100 a month. They can't afford it.
Wow.
So once I show them how to come up under that rug, it's like, oh shit,
This is
now
crazy.
I'm free. I'm free in a sense.
Wow. So tell me about, like, how much can you make doing this? Like, what is the average door bringing in when it turns to cash flow? I know every property is different, but like more or less, I'm working with a duplex, a triplex. What is that average looking like per property?
So depending on location, because every state is different and prices are completely different. I'm here in Florida.
Mhm.
On average, I would say between $350 to $500 is about average. But
Okay.
in certain locations in Florida, you could cash flow $800 to $1,000
Per door or property?
per door.
Wow. Okay.
Per door. So as of this one, I paid $350,000 for this. So, and I'm telling you, this is crazy, crazy. It appraised at 425 and only paid 350 for it. So it was immediate instant equity of $75,000. And my
Wow.
mortgage is about $2,300 and the tenants pay $1,850.
Wow.
So out of my pocket, only $500 comes out of my pocket.
Every month.
So once I leave here, I'm going to cash flow $1,100 a month.
Wow. Off just one property, and you got
18.
18 doors. Sheesh. That's incredible, bro. Tell me, how did you get into this? What was that like? What made you get into this? How did you find about this opportunity? And what made you want to help others in doing this?
How I got into real estate, like I said, I want to say I was about 20 years old. And my mother was the one who called me and told me about this opportunity. And the way that my mother is, she's slick. She hella slick. So the way that she presented the opportunity was, hey, there's an opportunity for you to purchase a property for less than $20,000. I'm going to give you this information. I'm going to sit it on your lap and you make the decision you want to. It's like, you giving me what kind of advice? You're like, you already know what I'm going to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, I was 20 years old. It was the first time I ever had $25,000 in the bank. I was like, I'm about to come back from Afghanistan. I'm about to stunt. I'm about to get me a new car. All of these things. I'm about to come back, Mr. Fly Guy. And as I sat there to think about it, it was like, if I go and I buy a car, it automatically depreciates. If I go buy clothes, I wash it, it's done for after a couple washes. But if I buy real estate, I'm always going to have a place to live. God forbid something happens, I always have a place to live.
Mm.
So I decided to take the risk. And at that time, I had a family member come from Puerto Rico. She called me. She was like, hey, I need a place to live. I need it as soon as possible. If you know anybody. And I was like, oh, me. I said, I got the perfect opportunity for you. And I charged her a decent amount. So I started to recoup my money. I would say 50% of my initial investment, I got it back in the first year.
Wow.
So my cousin ended up leaving, and I decided to renovate the property because it had particle board kitchen cabinets. It was outdated as hell. They were built in like 1950s.
Got you.
Like I'm gonna take a little bit of money and I'm gonna invest it. I'm gonna modernize it or whatever the case may be. The only issue is I ran out of capital. So I was like, I got everything invested in here. And at that time, they were still selling the properties around me for 19,000. So I was like, damn, I want to buy another one. And a mentor that I had in the military, he was like, hey, have you ever heard of a home equity line of credit? And I was like, nah, what the hell is that? He's like, you can pull the equity out of the property and you can get it cash out. You can use it for whatever you want to.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, let me call the bank. Let's see what. All right. They came and they appraised the property for 102,000.
Wow. So you were able to pull 102,000 from that first property.
$102,000 out of the property. So automatically, boom, 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 cash me out. And I bought 6 more. Whatever I had, I dumped it.
Wow.
And I just repeated the same process.
So you went from having 1 property to now 6 or 7?
To 7.
Incredible.
In a year.
In a single year. Bro, what a story.
It was crazy to me. And I was trying to keep it on the low because automatically once wind got out, it was like, oh, I could buy a property for 19,000. It was a wrap.
Yeah.
So out of it used to be a HOA community, a 55 plus community. So the 60 something, I own 16 of them.
Wow.
So,
bro, a property for $20,000. That's crazy. Bro, props to you as well for not taking that 100,000 and blowing it on, or even that 20,000 and blowing it, because that's what most people would do, right? Yo, I can pull 100,000 out of this property. Oh, bet I'm getting a new whip. Oh, bet I'm getting a watch, right? Be Mr. Fly Guy. My man's bought 6 more properties.
Yeah, like once I saw how my money started to work for me, that concept, it was over.
Yeah.
I don't have to punch in my time to make my money. All I got to do is park it somewhere and have somebody else pay that down for me. And I'm going to get the cash flow, going to get the appreciation, get the tax benefits as well. There's no beating that.
Yeah, that's incredible, bro. Wow. So then what made you then, at what point after you got the 7 properties now, what point then were you like, all right, I'm going to start. Did you use the VA loans no, right? This is before.
This is way before.
Okay, so now talk to me about how you got into the VA loans, and then how you started, like, when you talk to me about how you first heard about the VA loans and then started actually utilizing them, and then got into like teaching other people how to do that.
So at that time, it was when I was getting out of the military. So I understood that I qualified for the VA loan, but I didn't know in depth about what I could do with it. So at that time, I was like, okay, let's see what I can do. I could afford to buy a single family home or whatever the case may be. But I wanted to see how I could utilize the VA loan for further investing. I was like, yo, I use this concept already. How can I use it with the VA loan? So I started reading. I started doing research. I started calling people. Hey, what's the VA loan about? Can you qualify with it? What do I need? Every single thing. I stood there for hours and hours. And once I figured out that with the VA loan, a single family home is considered up to 4 units. So it's not just one door. You can get up to 4 doors that qualify for the VA loan. So nobody really knows that. They just think, okay, they hear single family home. It's just a single family home. It's just a house. But under the technical terms of single family home, you can get up to 4 doors. Anything above 4 doors is commercial property.
And then within those, you could rent out by the door, not just the home.
Exactly.
Wow.
So everybody has their specific space, specific privacy, all of these things. It's not like if you buy a single family home, okay, I got to rent a room, but then I got to share common spaces with people, because you can do that. But I wouldn't suggest it, because everybody will want their privacy.
Yeah.
So now you can get up to 4 doors. You can get the maximum rent for whichever location that you are. In Miami, what's the typical for a 1-bedroom apartment? $3,500?
35, 32. Wow.
You can make it easily almost $9,000-$10,000 spread.
Yeah. Incredible, bro. So then tell me about how you went from, okay, I'm taking advantage of this VA loan. Now I'm going to teach other people how to do this.
So just like I said, I can't teach something that I'm not doing myself.
Yeah.
So with that, I was like, okay, now I have this information. Now I got to apply it, because I can go and say, hey, this is the information. This is this and this and that. So what I did is I grabbed my phone and I started documenting the whole process. Hey,
Wow.
this is how it is. This is when they broke ground. This is how the contract is. This is how you deal with the developer. You're dealing with contractors. All of these things, I documented every single thing. So now there's social proof of it.
Wow.
So now, subconsciously, you have veterans watching me and saying, okay, if he can do it, I definitely can do it. It's
Wow.
not like I'm going to stick you in a school, or I'm going to, hey, here's a course, or whatever the case may be. Nah, this is one-on-one. I'm hand walking you through the whole process.
And that was probably, you probably look back and are so thankful that you decided to do that, document. That's probably a crucial point for your business. Did you know as you were documenting that you were going to put other people on?
I didn't. I was just like, this is something that I'm going to do. And maybe later on down the line, I maybe might develop a concept or whatever the case may be. But as I started doing it, more veterans started hitting me up. Oh, how you do that, bro? How you do that? So I can only give out so much free gems.
Yeah.
Now you need my time now. Now you got to pay for it. Because I was giving out free gems for years and nobody was listening to me. Now you got to pay for it. My time ain't free no more.
Well, yeah, as it should be, bro. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. Wow, bro. That's amazing, man. So how can people work with you, Richard? What does that process look like?
My process with this is obviously the veterans, taking care of veterans. This is a win-win for them. Like I said, it saves on cost, lively cost. Plus, on top of that, realtors are winning, lenders are winning, brokers are winning, because I'm outsourcing these people. I'm literally pre-qualifying these guys. And depending on whatever state they're in, I go and I pick up the phone and I say, hey, are you specialized in military sales when it comes to homes? And the first thing that they do, who's this? Oh yeah, I'm Richard Rodriguez. I'm the CEO, and I have a pre-qualified client for you, and they're ready to go. We already picked out the property, and we're ready to go to sign the contract. To them, that's an easy sale for them. I just did the legwork for you.
Nice.
So now you win, I win. I have lenders on standby, so they win. Everybody's eating.
Nice. That's amazing, bro. So tell the people where they can find you in case, they do want to work with you.
So you can definitely, my company's website is www.realrightconsulting.net. You could find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as Richard Rodriguez, the investor. Like I said, I'm true to this, not new to this.
Love that, bro. Absolutely. Guys, you heard it. You heard it yourself. Definitely check out Richard's stuff. Check him out on Instagram. Check out his website. Check him out on YouTube and TikTok. Go through his content. Understand that he's putting his money where his mouth is, right? And that's amazing, man. Do you have anything else that you would love to leave the audience with? Any piece of advice or anything that you want to say?
Yeah. The best thing that you could ever do, it doesn't matter what industry that you're in, what hobby that you have, dedicate specific time, develop a plan, and take action. You're only going to get so far if you don't start. If you don't start, that's it. You're going to be in the same position that you're in. Start. You're going to take a couple L's. Learn your lessons, develop, and continue to move forward. That's how we win as entrepreneurs.
Love that, bro. Love that. Amazing. Richard, I'm sure the audience took away a bunch of value from this episode. I took away some value from it. I appreciate you so much for coming on here and sharing everything you've got going on, brother. And I'm wishing you a great rest of your day, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak on your platform. Like I said, you're doing great things. I haven't seen anybody that has the production quality that you do. And like I said, it takes time, patience, all of these things, and you're doing mastery of work.
Much love, brother. Much love. All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
And that is a wrap on this episode of The Social Room. I hope you found some great insights and maybe even some potential opportunities and ideas. Remember, the connections you make today could be the game changers of tomorrow. If you're interested in continuing the conversation or exploring potential partnerships, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Stay tuned until next time.